Hello everybody, my name is Sergeant Mayhem, and I have recorded this video twice now. The first time I actually ended up deleting it on myself, and the second time that I recorded it, it worked, but as it turns out, both the intro and outro's mics were muted. So, I'm just here to re-record the intro and the outro, and then I'll let you go back to even further past Sergeant Mayhem. But in this episode, I'm playing a very important game to myself, and that is why it is so worth it to me to re-record this over and over again. But I do want to make it clear that what you are seeing is my second time going through it, so I go a little bit quicker than I did the first time. With that said, we are playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the first game of the series. I could hit continue, but we gotta hit new game. Episode 1, first turnabout. Don't look at the you didn't see it. Don't look at the second one. Don't look at it. Get ready for, like, voice acting and stuff. That's this kind of game. Gasp! Gasp! It's on auto skip again. This happened last time, too. I thought I changed it. Maybe this cutscene doesn't anyway. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. If you know nothing about this game, you play as a defense attorney, Phoenix Wright. And you do defense attorney stuff. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you owe him a favor? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe him my current job. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out in any way I can. I just really want to help him out in any way I can. I owe him that much. It's over. My life. Everything is all over. This is one of my favorite characters. Without even seeing any other game aside from the first one, I can tell you I will stand by this man. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death! Despair! Oh! I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. Look at him. How could he have ever killed somebody? Look at him. Look at him. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's a story. My first case is a fairly simple one. Murder. A young woman was killed in her apartment. Look, I know nothing about the law much, or being a defense attorney. Is this a simple case? Murder is simple? The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. My favorite. Look at him. Do you really think this man could have done anything wrong? I feel like he's never done a thing wrong in his life. Our school had a saying. When something smells, it's usually the Butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one. which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. Protagonist looking ass. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 2. It's been 15 minutes. Here we go. Here we go. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. Like I said, I made jokes, and you get no context. Your Honor, the prosecution is ready. I read that backwards. Oh, the script is wrong. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Murder is a serious charge. Can we hop back to when Phoenix said my first case is a simple one? Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hand shaking, eyesight fading. Please don't pass out in the courtroom. The test will consist of a few simple questions. You don't need to worry. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts. The defendant. Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Why did I really think I just got that wrong? And I've already done this. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's, wait. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot? I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? I'd be asking the same question. This man does not seem prepared. You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim? Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel migraine coming on. I love her too. I'm in love with her though. Look, the victim's name isn't listed in the court record. Just press to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please? I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? I know that it's Cindy Stone, but technically you would hit this and go look at this and see Cindy's autopsy. I forget a lot of the controls. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. We're speedrunning this. Getting through it as fast as possible. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object, which is probably also written in there, but we saw that in the cutscene. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? Their murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use your gun to shoot it at people. Welcome to Danganronpa. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? You listen, dude. Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Hi, Larry. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony! Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped, she just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. Who was that guy? Because I would be curious of that guy. He seems a little suspicious to me. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport? According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several... I forgot this. I'm skipping it. I'm skipping it just like last time. No. I'm not even gonna say it this time. I said it last time. I'm not even gonna say it. Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude, we can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. A smart one. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Payne, what are you saying? This is why he sounds like that. Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? I trust Mia. Also, I don't know much about court and the law and stuff, but I don't think personal opinions, are meant to be stated anyway. I thought it was like, well, facts only. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to the case. Oof. Wince. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog, hey, that's mean. Larry. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. When I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Okay, Larry. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. I would disagree. Do judges talk like this for real? No way. There's simply no way. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Cole. Well, did you, or did you not? Well, maybe I did or maybe I didn't. Larry, I don't think you can say that in court. There's like an oath, and you have to tell the truth, I think. But I could be wrong. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? No, like, he has to... I mean, he's gotta answer. We know he was there. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. I like your form of communication, the two of them. Order. Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. I forget Payne sounds like that. Every time he does it, I forget he sounds like that. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who's your witness? The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. There he is. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct? Oh, yeah, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. In case you didn't know this was a testimony, it tells you. Oh, you can't see it. My face is covering it. I thought he might be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and I found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant, sitting right over there. I mean, we'll decide that, not you. So. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Not with that attitude. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes? Yes, Your Honor? You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? Your Honor? Alright, Wright. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What, he was lying? Since when? To who? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Please, use your brain. Or is your client really guilty? That would suck. How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay, that's a little extreme, but okay. Open the court record with, then point out contradictions in the testimony. Ooh, cross-examination. So this is where we have to pay attention, because we gotta go through everything that he says, and prove that he's wrong. And we're gonna press him on, like, everything, because it'll give us more details. More details make it easier to catch lies. So I was walking door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd you would take notice of him. I don't know. He just seemed strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. The defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture. Of course. What the witness means is that the man he saw looked suspicious. So, what happened next? I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Half open, you say? Yes, the door was halfway open, yes. Watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. That's odd in a big city like this, I thought. I see. And what happened next? Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Literally, why? What gave you the idea to do that? Well, the door was half open, you see. I said it before, it was half open, open halfway. Isn't it only human to want to peek? We climb mountains because they're there. It's the same thing. I don't think so. I think my home, to me, has a lot more privacy than a mountain. I feel like those are very different things. Truer words have never been spoken. Anyone would look inside. I don't trust either of you. Now, Payne, did you kill her? Was it you? Why did Payne cut him off so quickly? So, you looked into the apartment. What happened then? And I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. Are you sure she was dead? Well, no, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well, what happened next? I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. Oh wait, can I go back? Oh good. I just kept clicking, I meant to press him. So you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes. I mean, no, nothing. Okay, what happened next? I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I keep just clicking through it like we haven't already read it. You thought to call the police? Does that mean you didn't actually call them? Please, listen to the rest of the testimony. You thought to call the police. What happened next? Well, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I mean, we know that because of the blackout, but okay. Sure. The phone in her apartment wasn't working. Yes. I mean, no, it wasn't. Right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment. Or did you? Oh, that... I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I'll use a public phone. We're just trying to get as many details as possible, which is why I'm going to press them on literally everything. Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone. And being in the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartments. Ah, right. What time did you call again? I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Right, so this is what I present on, I believe. Because she died at 4 or 5 p.m. How could he have reported a body at 1 if there was no body there? Can I just do it? Can I just, like, get him now? I can. You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to be found at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, from that, this is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. I disagree. Thank you, Judge. I disagree. Does the judge have a name? Should we name the judge? It just says judge. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawyer, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. A lot of people are bad liars. Oh, wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Second testimony, the time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I could press him on stuff here, but I'm not going to, because right off the bat, I know he's lying again. because there was a blackout, which is why you couldn't pick up the phone. So there's no way the TV was on. I see you heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Let's go. Alright, Phoenix Wright coming in with the confidence. We got this. Alright, you see, when I found the body, I heard the time. I don't even want to, like, ask him anything. Are there any rules saying that I have to? I don't think so. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? Okay, it's this one that we press him on. So we are going to present the blackout, which was from noon to 6. So even if it was at 1, it couldn't happen. It just couldn't happen. Sorry, sir. Couldn't have happened. Hold it right there, you lying sack of shit. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. Your own man did this to you. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard the television or a video. Defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. He is looking pretty nervous over here. A little suspicious, if you ask me. I don't know why he's so scared. My apologies, Your Honor. Yeah, it must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. This is a very patient judge. A very patient judge. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. And that must have been what I saw. Okay. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. I'm gonna press him on some stuff here, just cause. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. I don't like the way it's in, like, quotes. And strikes me as a very suspicious mistake. Yes, I can see I'd be a little doubtful. I'm really sorry. I only just remembered the table clock. A table clock. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? A table clock? Was there a table clock at the scene? This is the first I've heard of it. Yeah, the murder weapon the killer used to hit the victim. It's a statue, bro. It's a statue, my guy. Dude's falling apart over here. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time, out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Yeah, I do. I think he's a liar. Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. That's true. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. He wouldn't have known if it had just been sitting there. He would have thought it was a statue. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. I got your ass. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. We're popping off. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Oh, let's get him. Mr. Sawett, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face! True, he's really getting nervous over here, really looking kind of crazy. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw. That doesn't help your case, sir. Shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn, give him death. Well, hold on a minute. How are you gonna sit here and be accused of murder, and then say somebody else should be killed? Order in the court, I say. Also, I would maybe just say that he's guilty based on that reaction alone. I feel like an innocent person would not do that. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim that the sound of the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think through it carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawett heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply sound it. It'll tell us the time right now. How about that? Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. The music in this game is so good. It fits with everything so well. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawett heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawett, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's kind of got us there. He's kind of got us there. He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawett. Come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now, though. I'll just move on with my life. Not so fast, Mr. Sawett. Oh, Mia! I mean, Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. Use your brain, please. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well. Yes, but that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Mia, do you, like, have you already put it together in your brain? Because if you've got answers, you should maybe pass them over. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? I mean, she was traveling. Time zones do exist, so that is probably something relevant. Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it, and let him have it. I like how aggressive she is about it. Like she's gonna beat somebody up with facts. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? I have. Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. It's gotta be that she was traveling. She came home the day before, so it would make sense if she hadn't changed it, I guess. I don't know how long she had been home. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow. It was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Get him! Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Got you. And he's gone. He's disappeared. That man just died. He despawned. Order, I say. No, but where did he go? He was gone. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. That fast? That was fast. Very well. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Let's go. We're winners. We win these. All the time. Always. And with that, this court is adjourned. We did it. We did it. I think I am a defense attorney now, and I'm ready to go fight the court systems. It turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. I feel bad for her. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Wait, 2:30. When did we start? 10? That took 4 hours? Damn. I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Well, Phoenix, she's still dead. She did die. Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she's... Never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that just make you want to cry? Clary. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? I mean the statue, right? I mean, she kept it. She kept it with her. She had it. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about the clock? This is the clock that you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are innocent or guilty. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen. Learn. Grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. I love Mia so badly. I love her so bad, and look at her. Look at her. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part, at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Oh, I love them. Oh, I love them so bad. And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not gonna pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. And that's the end of chapter 1. Such a good game. Such a good opening, too, to a whole game. Thank you guys so much for watching if you made it this far. I know it's been a bit of a long episode. This game is a very long game. Instead of recording the rest of the episodes, I think that they're going to be live streamed, actually. I think it would be more fun to do it that way for me personally. But the VODs will be posted to YouTube as, like, episodes, so you don't have to miss out on that if you can't make it to the streams. Again, thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. My name is Sergeant Mayhem, and I hope that I will see you in my next video. Bye!